Hey guys, it is me again. Today is Tuesday, May the 14th. Makes it day 134 on our Daily Bear Project 2013. Guys, again, I know I have to say this too much. I'm sorry for not being here the last few days. Um, I'll be honest about it, guys. I've had so much against me that I don't know. I've thought about quitting this deal. I mean, I have. I don't want to, but I really have. Um, I don't know. And I know the first thing a lot of you are going to say that I'm not here because I've got a girlfriend now. Believe me, it's got nothing to do with it. The reason I've not been here the last few days, guys, I have had so much teeth problem, teeth, I guess, plural, teeth problems, teeth problems, however you say it, that I thought I was going to die. This gum line up here, this top one where I've got a couple old teeth broke off and mostly gone, mostly missing, swelled up to where my jaw was out to here. I had a piece of tooth break off back here. Nothing broke or anything up here. It's just, an old break. I had a piece of tooth break back here, and this swelled up. Okay, but then I could kind of talk and stuff. I had a piece of tooth break off up here, and it swelled up. And Thursday night, Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, pretty much every day up until last night, I guess, guys. My mouth has just been, it's been swelled. I couldn't hardly talk. Um, I've had to sit here and actually melt aspirins, sit there and hold them on my thumb and, wet them and get them into a paste and sit there and hold that paste on them. Been taking 4 and 5 200 milligram ibuprofens at a time. Orajel, used Orajel. Of course, Orajel works for a few minutes, but when it wears off, it's worse. So I don't like using Orajel unless I have to. But now, if they're killing me, I'll use it. Spent 1 or 2 nights not slept any. And the thing about it is, the dentist that I have to go to now because I can't afford the expensive dentist anymore, they can't get me in until June. Now, I could probably go sit in the waiting room all day and, be a walk-in and, sit there 8 hours or something and get seen. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just even, And the thing about it is, guys, and during the day, they've not been bothering me hardly. Some, you can imagine, with them swelled up. But for the most part, during the day, that they've chilled out. Now, in the last couple of days, they've not hurt. Yesterday, I guess, when they kind of started going down. The swelling went down. I got an infection. I know it's what it was from one of them, and it started making all of them hurt. So I can talk, and I'm better now. Still bothers me a little bit, but I don't know. The woman that works up there, Dad talked to her, and she said she would maybe try to, if they had a cancellation or something, try to get me in earlier, without having to be a walk-in. Um, but anyway, guys, just pray for me. Pray for me over that. Because, man, I tell you, over the weekend, I thought I was going to die. You know. And I had some aggravations from some things. I'm not going to lie. And I think sometimes when you have aggravation on you, if you've got a tooth kind of on the edge or on the verge, I think that makes it worse. So, anyway, guys, that's why I've not been here. I'm sorry. I hope you guys can forgive me. And it's just like I said. I'm getting more tired than you guys are. About just seems like it's something. It's every day something just hitting me, something keeping me from being here. And I don't. And like I've told you guys before, it's not my girlfriend. Like I said, she works every day pretty much. I talk to her just a few minutes a day. Matter of fact, Friday will make 2 weeks since I've seen her. Well, I've seen her for like 2 minutes. Other than that, I've not seen her in 2 weeks. Talk to her, like I said, talk to her once a day or something. But anyway, it's been everything else in the world. It's been everything else in the world. What else? Nothing much, guys. Nothing much going on. I appreciate you guys for being here, for being concerned. I appreciate Brother Richard, NC Auto Man. He sent me a message, checking on me, asking me, making sure, I just saying that, he hoped everything was all right, that he hadn't seen me in a few days. So I appreciate you, Richard. I appreciate all you guys that have sent me letters like that. Ed of the North sent me one last time. All you guys are pretty good for that. So, Like I said, nothing new really going on. Had a fun little project tonight. My buddy that owns the gun store is building a custom AR-15 for himself. And see right there, one of them teeth starting to bother me right now. And I have a bad habit of when a tooth's bothering me a little, even if it's not hurting, if it's just feeling funny, of sticking my tongue back in it until it gets to hurting. So if I could keep myself from doing that, I'd probably save myself a lot of grief. But anyway, yeah, he's building a custom AR-15, and he gets his parts in, he gets his barrel and stuff in, he orders him a big high dollar, $300 and some barrel, and the barrel was, the way it was designed, the barrel was a little thicker back where the gun went together, back where the barrel goes into the receiver, I guess. I guess it's a receiver on the AR. Anyway, the only way he could make it work using that was he had this nut that was real thin and flimsy and that holds it all together, and he didn't want to use that because he said he just didn't think he'd have enough clamping force. He had a nut that was a lot wider and had a lot more clamping force that he wanted to use, but the diameter of it, the barrel diameter, was too big. So he either wanted to cut the bushing down, or the nut, the inside of the nut, like a bushing, make it bigger so it would slip over, but he said, I think that's going to make it weak again too. Or he just wanted to cut a little bit off the top of the barrel. Well, the barrel's fluted anyway, so one reason he was wanting to do it, so when you machine that barrel, it was black, of course, and then down in the flutes would still be black. And he said, I just think that'll look good too if we machine the barrel. So anyway, he come down this evening, and I told him, I said, we'll try. I said, my lathe is, it's a small lathe, and barrels 14 and a half, 15, 16 inches long, something like that. I said, we'll see what we can do. I might be able to do it, might not. But we put it in the chuck, cut us a Coke can up and wrapped around it so the chuck wouldn't hurt it. And chucked it up, put a dead center in it. I wish I could have used a live center, but a live center is longer than a dead center. A live center, for you guys that not doing machine work, just means that it actually rolls. It's got bearings in there, and that center will actually roll with the part. A dead center is just a solid piece of steel with an angle on it, and you actually have to put grease in there because it, friction. It just rides up against it. A dead center is more accurate, but causes heat. So anyway, I had to use a dead center, put some grease on it, and I ended up having to use a support under it, a steady rest, I think they call it. One's called a follow rest and one's called a steady rest. I think the bigger one is the steady rest. Anyway, I had to rig up a steady rest and stuff on it. And it was a little bit tricky, I'm not going to lie, to get everything to where it would work. But we did. And we ended up having to take 50 thousandths of an inch off the barrel. It was 1.050 inches, and it needed to be an inch because his nut was 1.0004. It was 1 inch and 4 thousandths. So 1 inch and 4 thousandths. So we wanted it to have about 4 thousandths clearance. So anyway, we did it. I mean, we was out there about 3 hours probably by the time we got everything figured out and got the machine in it. And at first, I had a little bit of a taper problem because the barrel was flexing because I wasn't using the steady rest yet. I was just using the dead center, and I think it was still letting it flex a little, with it being this long. And had a little bit of a taper problem, but we ended up straightening that out and getting the steady rest on it and machining it just a little bit at a time, and ended up getting it down to within a thousandth and a half of an inch being the same on each end, which is, I mean, over that long a distance, especially with a Chinese lathe with a three-jaw chuck. Three-jaw chucks are not known to be that dead accurate anyway, so to get it like that, I was tickled. We got it dead down to 1 inch, and everything fit good and looked good. And he, we sanded it and filed it and polished it, and he was tickled to death. He really was. So he actually gave me $50 to do it. So he didn't have to give me anything. I'd have done it for free, but probably the only money I ever make with that lathe. But anyway, guys, I don't want to sit here and talk all night. Plus, I don't think I got long uploads anymore, so I got to get to hurrying. So let's go ahead and get to it in Genesis chapter 7, starting in verse 13. Here we go. In the selfsame day entered Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his sons with them into the ark. They and every beast after his kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, and every fowl after his kind, every bird of every sort. And they went into unto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life. And they that went in male and female of all flesh, as God had commanded him, and the Lord shut him in. And the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased, and bare up the ark, and it was lift up above the earth. And the waters prevailed, and were increased greatly upon the earth, and the ark went upon the face of the waters. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high hills that were under the whole heaven were covered. 15 cubits upward did the waters prevail, and the mountains were covered. And all flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of fowl and of cattle, and of beast, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, and every man. All in whose nostrils was the breath of life, of all that was in dry land, died. And every living substance was destroyed, which was upon the face of the ground, both man and cattle, and creeping things, and the fowl of the heavens. They were destroyed from the earth. And Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark. And the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days. So anyway, guys, that's where we're going to stop tonight. I thank you all for being here. I really do. I thank you guys for sticking with me. Guys, just pray for me. Just keep praying for me. Our business is down a little bit right now. It's nothing to be, I don't think, alarmed about, but it's down a little bit. Church is doing, we're having some visitors and some new people. Of course, we had some people started not coming because they're doing different things now. And, we've been struggling with money issues at the church and just different stuff, and I don't care to say this, of course, like guys know I'm in a relationship now. Just pray for that for me. Everything's going fine, but, we can always use prayer in everything that we do. That's what we got to do. We got to let the Lord lead us. So just pray for me, guys, and all these things. As I do pray for you all. Pray that I can start being here more. That some of this stuff will quit fighting me and attacking me like it is. But anyway, guys, thanks for being here. I love you all. As always, if you need anything, let me know. Good Lord willing, I'll be here tomorrow night. Until I see you guys again, good night, and God bless.